Tendring is one of the most pivotal locations of England. It is located in the east of England, Essex Peninsula, and is home to many notable areas including Clacton-on-Sea and Jaywick. These two towns in particular have continued to evolve over the years and contribute largely to Tendring's economy as well as representation. But these areas seem to have a negative representation due to people's lack of knowledge and understanding of them. So, to help with this issue, I'm going to give you an exclusive insight about Clacton and Jaywick to show why Tendring is a great place to be. With 130 square miles of land, 60 kilometres of coastline and around 150,000 citizens, Tendring district is an obvious attraction for tourists. Tendring's largest town, located between Holland and Jaywick, Clacton, has had a big impact on tourism. Unlike Colchester's old buildings and shopping facilities, Clacton's location by the sea means it draws in the most attention than any other location in Tendring. Clacton's lush greens, a variety of shops, facilities, beach and pier bring in tourism from all around the UK. But to understand more about this tourist-consumed town, we must understand Clacton's history. Clacton was founded by the Celts in 100 BC, but more valid history of the town was recorded in the Bishops of London Domesday Book in 1086, where Clacton was known as Clacton-on-Sea. But Clacton's pivotal period of change in history occurred during the 1800s. During this time, Clacton was mainly farmland, but the Industrial Revolution meant changes would occur. In 1830, farm workers rioted in the Luddite riot in response to the machinery taking job opportunities. A steam-powered mill was built in 1867, which transitioned Clacton into its modern era. Peterborough founded this modern and urban town, which he made more changes by building and opening a pier in July 1871. In 1875, St Paul's Church was built, which had tunnels built in 1881, leading to the Ship Inn pub through the seafront so that smugglers had a route of passage. This church did suffer damage across the years, such as in 1945, where a German V2 rocket exploded nearby. This meant reparations had to be made, so that the church was rebuilt in 1966. During the rest of the 1800s, many additions were made to Clacton. This included the RNLI lifeboat service in 1878, Cricket Club in 1882, Railway to London in 1892, Football and Golf Club in 1892, as well as an expansion to the pier of 1,180 feet, with a pavilion theatre at the end in 1893. After Peterborough's changes to Clacton in the 1800s, it drew in tourists from around the UK, which meant further additions needed to be added to suit the influx of potential consumers who would contribute to Clacton's economy for years to come. This included building London Road in 1920 to help with the holidaymakers' transportation, as well as more additions to entertainment and facilities to help create an economic boost for the town. In 1922, Ernest Kingsman purchased the pier, which he made additions to, including the Blue Lagoon Dance Hall and Lifeboat House. The pier would remain the main source of tourist attraction, even today it still is, but suffered fatal damage during the 1900s due to defensive forces having to blow the middle to prevent invading forces of World War II, as well as further damage undertook from the severe storms of the 1970s. However, after multiple changes across the years such as new rides, amusements, bowling, aquariums, pools and even a killer whale, the pier is still the most thriving location in Clacton today, with the support of the beach of course. But Butlins Holiday Resort was the primary attraction during the World War II era, but due to unforeseen circumstances and negative implications like the iconic Easter Mods and Rockers fight of 1964, Butlins closed in 1983. Throughout the years, Clacton has remained a sustainable town due to its sources of attractions.
A great place for tourists. When it gets hot, people bring their family down.
Buildings such as the Martello Towers have stood for hundreds of years across the Tendring coasts, but Clacton's unique additions and inclusions, like its pier and beach, have remained the highlights of the town, generating the economy and causing the additions of more locations such as the amusements, pavilion, leisure centre and restaurants. Furthermore, summer events like the Carnival and Air Show all contribute to Clacton's huge success amongst UK society. However, Clacton today is facing some critical evaluation due to its increase in crime and antisocial behaviour. This affects its positive contrast of the area around, as well as currently largely retired population who fear going out to face these inconsequential beings. But this negative factor doesn't reflect the entirety of Clacton, nor its younger brother Jaywick, which faces the most negative portrayal in the media.
Jaywick is a great place because it's got great local people, it's got great residents, it's got a great beach.
Jaywick is a seaside village beside Clacton-on-Sea and the River Cong. With its current population of 4,665, marshland and beach, Jaywick is considered one of the most deprived areas in the UK. To understand why deprivation has hit this village so badly, the history of Jaywick must be explored. The history of Jaywick can be dated back to over 200,000 years ago due to the remains of stone tools being found in 1934 by the banks of Medway, suggesting it was a hunter area. More history of its presence from 1438 is evident where Jaywick is recorded as part of Clacton as its dairy farmland. But Jaywick history is documented during the 1800s. During this time, the land of fields and salt marshes were home to a farm which had farm animals like sheep and cows. This farm belonged to multiple owner families across the years, including Wegg, Round, Smith and Wash. In 1880, the seawall was built to protect the area from flooding as well. From 1875 to 99, a 800-yard firing range was set up against the seawall. More late history of the area is mainly with Jaywick Martello Towers, which were involved with the Napoleon War.
If you catch me at the border, I got visas in my name. If you come around here, I'll make them all day. I get one down in a second if you wait. I fly like paper, get high like planes. If you catch me at the border, I got visas in my name. If you come around here